This is the 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid. There's a lot of changes for 2025, including some new hybrid engine options, a new front end, and Google-based infotainment systems. All are an upgrade from what we had last year. But there's a lot of other little things along the way. We're going to show you that, take it for a test drive, and in the end, we'll give you our pros and cons. We'll talk about price, and we'll talk about the competitors, which I highly suggest you take everything for a test drive before you make your final decision. And then don't forget to ask your insurance agent, because that's going to be a factor to consider as well. In addition to the new front end, there are 4 trim levels, and there's also a sedan or a practical hatchback. The LX only comes in a sedan form. The 4 trim levels are Sport, Sport Hybrid, and Sport Touring Hybrid, and then of course that entry-level LX, which is the sedan, and our test vehicle is the Sport Touring Hybrid, which is the top of the line. You can get this in a sedan, which is what we have here, or there is a practical hatchback. There's some mild styling revisions on the exterior, and there are 9 exterior colors. For 2025, the vehicle is 10 millimeters lower. It has a more aggressive design, that new sportier grille, black side mirrors and B-pillars, and window tint, as well as darker taillights on the sedan only. Our test vehicle rides on 18-inch alloy wheels on all-season tires, which is great because this vehicle can be driven year-round. Warranty is 3 years, 36,000 miles. You can also note this vehicle is just a touch lower, which is really good for aerodynamics, which does improve the fuel economy. Coming around to the back, there really isn't too many changes, just some mild changes. The Sport Touring is your trim level, Civic here, nice and clean across the back, and Hybrid, telling everyone you purchased the hybrid vehicle. Since we're in the back of the vehicle, let's check out storage space of 14.9 cubic feet of storage, just about 15 cubic feet on the sedan. You can put the seats down by literally just pulling these levers. The seats go down. Really easy, especially with your hands full, giving you even more storage space. There is no spare tire, but there is a tire inflation product. 8-way power driver's seat is standard on the higher trim levels, and 4-way power on the passenger side, but there is no lumbar on driver or passenger side. And when you get to the higher price point, especially in the Sport Touring Hybrid, it should be included at this price point. Leather seating surfaces are available as an option, and that would only be the center cushions of the front seats. Heading into the second row, there is a lot more legroom than the previous generation. There is a pocket behind the passenger seat, no pocket behind the driver's seat. Center armrest pulls down with 2 cup holders. Pretty basic back here. There's cup holders in the door and a speaker, and that's about it. But there is plenty of headroom, legroom, and shoulder room. 2 child safety seats can sit across the back seat. Under the hood, there are 2 engine choices. One is all about high mileage, and the other one is about sporty performance. The first engine is a 200 horsepower, 232 pound-feet of torque, 2-motor hybrid. It matches the SI's performance, which is really good at 200 horsepower and makes about 20% more at the low end when it comes to torque. 49 miles to the gallon combined, 4 drive modes, and that hybrid regenerative brake control system is a 4-step adjustment, so you can make it go however you want and get the most fuel economy. Now, the optional motor is a 2-liter direct injected, which comes on the LX, and the Sport trim levels has an Atkinson cycle engine with 150 horsepower and 133 pound-feet of torque. Now, it is more responsive with the new CVT transmission and gets a fuel economy of 36 miles to the gallon in the LX and 34 in the Sport. Standard are 16-inch alloy wheels, which comes on the LX. Otherwise, you have 18-inch wheels, which are special ones for the Sport Touring Hybrid, and they have black alloys available as well. Increased body rigidity and optimizing ride handling come along with the new Civic Hybrid. When it comes to some of the new technology, this infotainment system is Google-based services, which is a 7-inch standard center screen, 9-inch on the higher trim levels, and a 10-inch digital gauge cluster. Wireless connectivity for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. Google Voice Assist, 2 USB-C charge ports, sport pedals, and 8-speaker audio system is standard, or you can upgrade to the Bose system, which is 12-speaker on the higher trim levels. There's also active noise control and active sound control to keep the interior quieter. There are 4 different drive modes on the Sport Hybrid. I'm currently in the Eco mode. It has pretty good pickup because it is a true hybrid, which means you're going to get that boost off the line from the 48-volt architecture. Going to the normal mode, that's what most people are going to drive in. And if you wish to have a sporty mode to accelerate beyond a situation, pass, get on an on-ramp, whatever it might be, you can do that as well. And then in addition, there's an individual mode which you can customize. I'm going to put it in the normal mode. I mean, I personally would drive it in the sport mode, but the truth is most people are going to drive it in the normal mode because you want to get the best fuel economy and, of course, just your daily driver. Now, let's start off with what's in front of us. We've got normal gauges we're used to on the Honda Civic, that new Google interface. Further down, you have the honeycomb grills, and then all of your climate controls. Really easy to use. And below that, we have 3-stage heated seats, but it's 90 degrees outside, so I'm not gonna use those. Further down, you have a wireless charging pad, as well as 2 USB-C charge ports and a 12-volt outlet or a radar detector, which we reviewed on our website. You can check that out. Further back, standard shifter prindle, as I lovingly call it, and 2 cup holders. Your drive modes are directly behind your shift lever, and then behind that is a parking brake. Very well thought out, super easy to drive, and you have a brake hold here also, which is a button that allows you, when you're sitting at a traffic light, you can take your foot off the brake and your vehicle won't roll. A lot of people like that. Some people don't. I personally do like it. Good size glove box in the center with a soft cushion, which is nice. Steering wheel's nice size. Visibility is fantastic. Of course, there's a backup camera because that's standard on every car. A good side vision, and then out the back you can adjust that rear view mirror. There is no camera like some of the other cars have, but it's a good size rear view mirror and pretty easy to adjust. Remember, if there are people that are sitting in the second row, you're gonna have to use those side mirrors, which aren't really nicely balanced. Overall, the interior is larger. It's amazing how these cars get bigger and bigger and bigger over the years, because you don't really think about that. It's funny when you see, oh, what's a Honda Civic? Oh, it's a teeny little car. Yeah, it was, and now it's getting bigger and bigger, and I would say it's about the size of the previous Accord. So you're looking at bigger and bigger vehicles as time goes on. That's what people want. They want the room. They want to take their family, go places, and have one vehicle. This vehicle is great for year-round. Super easy to drive, super easy to maintain, low cost. Everybody loves their Honda Civic who has one, and the resale value is great as well, and as well as the insurance. But again, we'll talk about the competitors. Insurance is a huge factor these days. Insurance is up over 50%, and we've covered that on our channel, so make sure to check that out. But as far as the vehicle itself and what it offers, there's a lot of options that you can get. This is the top trim level, and the only thing that's disappointing to me is no lumbar. I know I've said that a lot, but if you're going to take this on a long road trip, the seats are comfortable. But lumbar would be that little extra icing on the cake that would really be fantastic. As far as safety, all Civics come standard with everything. Blind spot detection, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, all the things that you would expect to be on a Honda is standard across the lineup. Now, Toyota's doing that as well. Hyundai's doing that as well. Not every brand is. One of the biggest improvements about the Honda Civic is the handling. It handles tighter, it handles better. It's been optimized for sure over the previous generation, and I just find it really well balanced, good sized brakes, just really a nice vehicle to drive every day. I've driven all the Honda Civics for decades, and I can tell you that this is the biggest improvement for the Honda Civic, and this vehicle is running for North American Car of the Year. So are some of the competitors. So this is going to be a very competitive year for the award. There are some pros and cons when it comes to the 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid. First off, this hybrid powertrain is excellent, gets phenomenal fuel economy, and certainly a reason to purchase this car, as well as the longevity and the resale value of this vehicle. The new Google interface is really easy to use, plenty of space in the second row as well as in the trunk, and really well designed and balanced. I do like this new upgrade. On the negative side, I found that there's a little bit of road noise on the highway, and there is no lumbar support in a vehicle this price point on the driver or passenger side, which I'm kind of surprised because it's only like a $35 cost item to put in, and it makes people comfortable in the seat. So maybe Honda will hear us and add that to the next generation. There are a few competitors in this category, as sedans are not as popular as SUVs. You've got the Hyundai Elantra, the Toyota Corolla, the Mazda 3, and the Kia K4, which is all new for this year. Now let's talk about the prices. The entry level, which comes in sedan only, is the LX and starts at $24,250. That Sport 2-liter comes in at $26,250. The Sport Hybrid, the step below this, starts at $28,750, and our top trim level is the Sport Hybrid, and that starts at $31,750. This is the Touring, so you get top of the line loaded. Again, I just don't understand why there's no lumbar on a touring vehicle. That should be standard, in my opinion. Now, I'm sure you have some additional comments and questions when it comes to the 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid. Put them down below. Let's start the conversation. If you got value from this video, please like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. If you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link for that is down below in the description, as well as all the ways to reach us, the podcast, the book, the website, and all of that. I'm Lauren Fix. Thanks so much for watching.